Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well. We're back for another trading session with In the Zone Trader. We'll be trading the 800 NQ chart today. Let's talk a little bit about what happened overnight. So we had the market closed down here, the New York market, and then the futures market closed all the way up here. And this big uptick was because of the NVIDIA earnings. And then you had continuation move higher overnight. And then we had a bunch of reports at 8:30 today, news, which we haven't had in a while because the government is finally opening back up, right? So let's look at the results of that. Everything was good except the unemployment rate was a 0.1% greater than anticipated. And the manufacturing index was a little bit, instead of 1.0, it was negative 1.7. So that's actually not good. Good morning, Doug. Yes, SPY took an overnight jump. I'm talking about a few reasons. NVIDIA earnings overnight. And the job market data that came out 8:30 this morning. Now that the government's back up, we're starting to see a little bit of news coming out like it should have on a weekly basis. So let's look at the daily chart. We're making our way back up through the range. We're hitting this 21 EMA right now on the daily. So, and we're going to be potentially testing and bumping up against this downward trend line. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens today. That being said, we'll be taking the best trades that we can within the range that is presented to us. We have about 8 minutes or 7 minutes before market opens now. Zoom in here. So we're currently in this wedge. And then the bullish move that we're currently in was this one that hit target, and then the runner got stopped out. So this is the account we were trading yesterday. I had to reset based on the atrocious performance from 2 days ago. But we traded this account yesterday. So it's up $684. My goal for this series, Doug, is to get this account passed on stream, and then we sort of follow the life of that account moving forward when it becomes a performance account, and then take, several payouts and keep track of how much money we're making each month just on that one account. That's kind of the goal, so you guys can see the whole process. Yeah, this is what's called an evaluation account. So it's an account that will qualify you once you pass. We need to hit $3,000 in as little as 1 day and in as much as however long it takes you. I have been switching my accounts from Tradeovate to Rhythmic because Tradeovate's been giving me issues with the multipliers. So I was hitting something called a rate limit issue, which was very frustrating. So I was unable to trade multiple accounts on Tradeovate. So I'm going back to Rhythmic. The new one is, I mean, they're all part of the Apex family. All of my accounts are from Apex. And Apex gives you the option to pick what service provider you want to go with. So they have 3. They have Rhythmic, which is the one I currently have. Tradeovate, I still have some of the Tradeovate accounts. They're just, I can't trade them simultaneously. And then the third one is something called Wealth Charts. I haven't really messed around with Wealth Charts. I heard it's pretty cool, but I use NinjaTrader and I can't use Wealth Charts with NinjaTrader. Since I'm using NinjaTrader, you can use either Tradeovate or Rhythmic and connect your Rhythmic account or your Apex account via the Rhythmic server. They're both service providers on Ninja, and I'm able to trade them on Ninja, which is what I want to do. Ninja is my preferred trading platform. So the way that it works, Doug, is you go on the Apex website and they give you a bunch of options for account sizes and your service provider. And typically my bread and butter account size is the 50K account. And then I pick 50K Rhythmic. And then right now with the current sale that's going on, it costs about a little over $37 to get an account, an evaluation account. And then when you pass it, in as little as 1 day or as much as however much time you want to take, then you pay what's called a PA, which is performance account activation fee, to activate it, turn it into an actual account that starts making money for you. Now, those PA fees can get really expensive. They're as much as $140, but sometimes they will do sales where they're as low as $85, and right now they have a sale where it's as low as $40, but you got to pass it by Monday of next week. So that's going to be our goal. We're going to try to pass this account before Monday of next week so we can activate it for $40 instead of $140. And it's very doable, I think. Let's see, today's the 20th. If we can... Rhythmic is the server that provides me the feed to trade on them. Yeah, Ninja's the platform. Apex is the prop firm company with their rules. Everybody's going to have different rules. And then Rhythmic is the server that manages the accounts. And I trade the accounts on. So I connect my NinjaTrader through the Rhythmic server. Sort of marry the two things together, and then I'm able to trade on Ninja. I can help you go through the entire process and answer any questions you might have. It's a little confusing in the beginning, and it's a little intimidating, but once you understand it, it's pretty straightforward actually. All right, the market just opened up. we're going to let the market kind of decide what direction it wants to go. I'm not going to be looking to get into a position right away. You could see it wanted to go up and then it just failed. Looks like we want to come down and retest VWAP. We're in this bullish move right now, but I guess technically the bullish move was down here. It did hit target and then pulled back. So technically we're not in a move at the moment. We did trigger a bearish move. That candle is really big. Golden ruler moves down to 202. Don't really see any setups that I really like. Suppose we could have shorted 200 here based on this original candle, but we would have gotten the 10 points. Okay, our golden ruler is actually underneath us now at 151. This is a bearish trigger. I missed it. We're not exactly in a really good area either to go in either direction, so just kind of have to wait till price action gets a lot better. Going back to your original question, Doug, I'm using a trade copier called Replicanto. That is my multiplier. That's what multiplies my accounts. Yeah, you know, if you're starting out, I don't recommend copying accounts or doing anything crazy. I recommend you just focus on the mechanics of trading and passing an evaluation. And once you get comfortable doing that and you take, you know, a payout, then you can use the money from that payout to grab another account or two, and then you can start thinking about multiplying your accounts. But in the very, very beginning, I would say just focus on following a good trading system that you're comfortable with, that is consistent, pass your evaluation, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, there is a lot to learn in this arena. Yeah, then that's the way to go. That's absolutely the way to go. I made the mistake early on of multiplying my accounts prematurely when I was still learning. And that was really expensive. Really expensive. Because if you can do it with one and you can do it with one consistently, then you can snowball it in your favor. And that's the key, really. The bulls are really trying to break out of this range. They tried, but we're still stuck in the range. And we're getting signals to go up and down. That's never a good thing when you're getting both signals. Yeah, that's the goal, Doug. So start with paper trading, get good at it, get consistent. Then you just use the same system to pass your account, your evaluation. Then you take money from that evaluation, or that PA becomes a PA. Then you take some payouts, and from those payouts you can get other accounts. And then at some point, I would recommend actually funding your own account as well. You can do a combination of two, because with the trade copier, you can trade your own accounts as well as prop firm accounts as well. So that's when you become really dangerous. Yeah, no, I think I made the mistake of rushing the process, and it was really expensive. I learned the hard way a lot of lessons that I would prefer that you don't have to experience. You just learn it by listening, because, you know, experience is the best teacher, they say, but it can be a really expensive teacher too. Yeah, SPY's a good way. SPY is like trading the micro ES contracts, and SPX is like trading the ES contracts, because they both have that 1/10 relationship. But yeah, trading SPY is good. Yeah, that's it's good philosophy right there. School of Hard Knocks, man, and has life knocked us down the last few years? But we're up. We're getting up. We're making comebacks. And we're grateful. And right now, I'm trying to find a good setup, and I can't find one. Let's see if we get one if we come back down to VWAP. It's if we come back down to VWAP. I just read your note about making 24% on your 2-day SPY call. That's awesome. Good job. Alright, this might be our setup here if we can come back down. 250. Maybe. Hold on. Might take it. We take it bearish or bullish? Depends on this candle. Actually, this candle's too big now. Can't take it bearish now. We just tagged the overnight high, which was at 265. If we want to tag the overnight low, it would require us to close the gap to the downside, which is still possible. It would erase all of the up movement from overnight though, including the NVIDIA earnings. Alright, let's see what we do with 200. Instantly bounced up for 15 points. Wow. I mean, this is a 34 point candle. That's not a candle I want to take either. That's almost $700 risk just on this candle right here. If I can find an area that I could take with minimal risk, I would love to do that. This VWAP standard deviation level could have been an entry for me for 6-point risk to get the 10 or 15, but I don't like that we had the EMA under overhead when we would have put that limit order down here at 18. I'm just gonna continue to be patient, see if I can find a higher probability setup. There was a bearish move that triggered here at 951, which almost hit its target. The EMA here is acting as support. There it is. The bearish move worked. You're still in the bullish move, which has not hit its target yet. We are sort of in this bigger upward trendline channel. So let me show you guys something really cool. This is a move, right? If you copy and paste it, this was the next move. You see that? It's symmetrical. This move here, pulled back, did a symmetrical move here, pulled back. So theoretically speaking, you're supposed to do another move that should go all the way up to 290. If we're going to talk about symmetry here. Let's see if it does it. I mean, what's concerning a little bit is that we did have a lower high here. It didn't quite go higher and break this high here. This is breaking this high here. So it's a little confusing at the moment. We do have news in 5 minutes, so let me see if the MNQ 1024 looked any better. Not really. Still looks very choppy. Well, we finally hit the target off the 950 candle. It'll be really interesting to see if we actually hit this 290 level based on the symmetry. Our golden ruler does move up. Yeah, we're like right there. Let's see if we get a pullback here based on the symmetry idea. We might as well go up and test 300 though, since we're so close. But yeah, we're pulling back. Isn't that interesting? Hope you guys see that. Symmetry. Symmetrical move, symmetrical move, symmetrical move. Now this one was sloppier the third time around, but it hit the target. I know some people who actually trade that way, by the way. Their take profits are based on the symmetrical moves, if you get one. They're not very typical, but they do happen. Alright, now what are we going to do next? Well, we got 3 minutes till news, or 2 minutes. I'm just going to sit on my hands. Alright, so this would have been the bullish signal here, but not with this resistance overhead though. And we got news in about a minute, so let's just see what happens. The bounce would have worked for 10 points. Alright, we're going to be patient. No FOMO here, guys. Alright, there's 10 o'clock. So let's see. We got that pullback. I am going to go ahead and copy and paste this again. According to symmetry, this thing would want to go up to 342. Let's see if we get it. All right, let's draw a few lines here. We do move our golden ruler again to 250. I'm going to put it slightly under. We did get another bullish signal here at 9:59 right before the news, and it hasn't quite hit target yet, so All right, let's see. Just zooming out for perspective here. Maybe I should go back to the daily chart. Let's look at that real quick. So we did manage to make our way above the 21 EMA on the daily. The next daily target is 359.50. That's going to be this wick from 1117. 359.50. Let's see if we can mark it real quick here, and then I am going to copy and paste it into my 800 tick chart so we can keep an eye on it. Let's make it a completely different color, something crazy that just kind of stands out. I'm gonna go with like maroon with a dash dot dot. All right, so we're gonna copy and paste this, put it on 800 tick chart. And you're gonna see it up there. So we got a ways to go before we even test it here on this chart. All right, so this bullish trade did not work, and it really shouldn't have worked anyway because we have all that resistance overhead. But what's interesting is we are coming back down into the area where we initially triggered this next symmetrical move up. So the question then becomes, do we get buyers in this zone or not? And it looks like we are getting some buyers. If this triggers higher, again, there's no room for this move to work. Buyers would have to really push through. It didn't trigger. We're still in this original bearish move here from 10.02. And it just hit target. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, what are we gonna do next now? Let's figure this out. Golden ruler moves up. Are we gonna continue going bearish? Maybe. If we do, I'm going to try to sell it here at 39.25. Might get stopped out. Okay, we didn't. Great. All right, we got a little bit of profit on that one. Just 55 bucks. I had my auto stop loss kick in. Let's delete some of these lines that are no longer matter. Now we've broken this symmetry, obviously. Couldn't hit it. Notice it works in rules of 3 sometimes. We made the symmetrical move 3 times. If you're asking for it for a 4th time, the probability is going to be very slim. All right, we're back at 200 area. I wish it didn't stop me out though. I was looking for that full measured move off of this candle right here. We are talking over 20 points. That would have been over $400. But, you know, I'm playing it a little bit cautious. Okay, let's cancel this order. I don't know what it wants to do here. It looks like it's kind of confused, so I may not go short. Maybe we go long. Depends on this candle, really. Okay. We're gonna go long. Can we go back up? There we go. All right, we got about $170 on that, something like that. Okay, now we've triggered lower, but we have VWAP underneath us, so I'm not really looking to get bearish where VWAP could potentially act as support. I missed this. Did I miss it? Will it come back down and get us? Okay, can we go up? We're gonna get stopped out here. Alright, stop loss. I don't know if I want to short it here or not. I think the answer is going to be no. Sellers are trying to keep it underneath 200. Yeah, this would have worked. We'll try it. We'll try it. Okay, can we kind of come down for 10 points? There we go. All right, so that was a nice $200 trade right there. We just needed a little bit more confirmation that sellers were trying to hold 200 and it worked. All right, let's draw some trend lines here. This is the bullish trigger here, but we have that. It's underneath. It triggered underneath this EMA. You can see the EMA here is trying to act as resistance. So we're going to wait for a better setup. Something cleaner. Let's see if 200 I was going to say, let's see if 200 was going to hold to the upside. It looks like it didn't. And we're still very much in a bearish trend as well. So we'll try to trade with the trend rather than against it. Sometimes reversals do make sense. It really just depends on the level. If you do zoom out though, it looks like we're trying to hold this zone. If I can draw it for you guys real quick. Rectangle tool. We're basically just in this area here, right where VWAP is. Let's just see how we behave. It's just not in a good zone in either direction. We also do have a bearish signal here. So we have mixed signaling right now. And that EMA really is holding. And another reason why that EMA is holding is because it's also aligning with the 5-minute 21 EMA. This is the 5-minute chart. You can see the EMA on the 21 EMA on the 5-minute is around 210. And we keep bumping up against it. So okay, the bearish move did work and the bullish move stopped out. We're now at VWAP. Question is, what are we going to do? I'm going to try to take a short. Okay, too late. I was going to say I was going to try to take a short right at VWAP. Did turn into a long here. This would have been a long setup, but I don't really trust anything right now. Extend into this zone here. We are in this bullish trade here, but it's just not a very good setup. Golden ruler moves down to 220, 25. Okay, so this bullish move stopped out. We are bumping up against this upward trend line here. One thing that could be really frustrating is when you finally do get down to VWAP and it goes sideways like this for a little while. It's because VWAP is a strong, think of it like a magnet, and price is attracted to the strongest magnetic force, right? Again, going back to our physics analogy from what we've talked about this week with motion. And VWAP can be one of the strongest magnets on your chart. And if price can't escape that magnet, it gets pulled right back into it. It could be really frustrating. So this bullish move did work. We're going higher now. Looks like sellers have just gave up around VWAP, and now buyers are sort of moving back up. Let's see if we can get another setup somewhere. I think at this point I probably want it to come back down to 200 and hold and see if we can get a bullish setup. That's kind of what I'm eyeing at the moment. But I am also paying attention to the 5-minute chart. And you could see if we do, this is 209-ish. This is 218. If we do come back down to 200, this 21 EMA on the 5-minute could act as resistance. So I don't know if I like that. You want to be above these EMAs when you're going bullish, especially on the 5-minute. So just something to keep an eye on. Let me fix this trend line here. All right, this is a bullish signal here, but we got resistance overhead, so we can't take it. And there's that stop loss on this bullish signal right there. And now we're below the 21 EMA on the 5-minute, so it's just another tricky zone. Okay, this is another bullish signal up, but again, resistance overhead. Two types of resistances. We got the standard deviation level and we got this downward trend line here. Alright, we did end up hitting that target. Again, and just because something is a lower probability setup doesn't mean it won't hit. Just the chance of it working is is slimmer, but there's still a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I don't know if you guys remember what movie that's from. Let me know. Alright, this will be a bullish signal here at 250. We'll risk 6 to make 10 if it wants to come back down. I'll buy it again right around here. See if that level holds. If not, we're going to be out of this trade. Down 2, but that's okay. It was worth a shot. Alright. Well, now we're in this bearish move here, but we can't take it bearish. We will try to get a bullish entry here at 250. We're going to try this again. Okay. Probably should have respected this downward trend line that we have here. Wow, this is definitely a zone, it looks like. Jeez. Can't make up its mind. I mean, this was the move I was looking for. Sucks that we got stopped out 3 times. Anticipating this the same exact move. All right, we took a 50% pullback move off this trigger here. Okay, it did not work. I'm getting really unlucky with my stop losses right now. I'm getting stopped out only for the move to go back up and work. That stinks. trying to see if we can get 250 to hold and go back up. I got a terrible fill on that. Oh. Probably should have took it at the 50% pullback, but I'm okay with it trying to come back down to 250. Whoa, what happened here? Why are my accounts short? What in the world? Okay, I need... Oh my god, what is going on, guys? Why did my accounts go short there? And I can't get out of one of my other accounts. Oh, this is... Yeah, multiplier is failing somehow. It reversed one of orders. Maybe there was an order that was sitting. You guys saw I didn't take any trades. Bearish. Definitely not bearish. And I just noticed it. I'm very upset. Yeah, I'm very, very, very upset. I need to restart my NinjaTrader. I'll be right back. Okay, I loaded back up my charts. All right, well, we have about 10 more minutes anyway on the stream. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's see what it wants to do here at 250. I think it wants to keep going down. In case you guys are wondering why I was taking the trade there, I was actually basing it off of the 8 EMA here on the 5 minute. All right, guys, that's going to be my time for today. We'll try to nurse this thing back to health, or we might go crazy with it. I'm trying to pass it by Monday because of that $40 special. So we might have to get aggressive with it come tomorrow, or maybe later on this afternoon. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I might stream again this afternoon, but I'm not happy with technology. Sometimes technology is an issue. This is why I break up a lot of my accounts. I don't trade all of them at once because of stuff like this. I hate when technology just gets in the way and can ruin and blow up your accounts. Ask me how I know. When I used to trade all of my accounts at once, it was very frustrating. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the trading. We were doing really well the first half and then things just started to not work. I think 250 was a very annoying level for me. Around 1024 here. This area back here kept chopping me out. But hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll talk to you guys real soon, and I'll see you guys either later on this afternoon or tomorrow. Have a good one.